Hello and thank you so much for clicking. Color Expression here, bringing you another episode of It's a Throwback. So today's throwback is actually going to be a little bit different than usual. I decided to grab two toppers in my collection from Holo and layer them actually over a newer polish. So the showcase is really about the full nail in the end as opposed to just one polish in this video, but I'm super excited to show this to you. I love how it turned out. It's very like space and galaxy, and I think that it turned out so cool. Before we jump into the mani, I just want to say hello and welcome and thank you so much to all the new subscribers and viewers that have come to the channel recently. We're just growing at a crazy rate and I am so appreciative of every single one of you. It just it warms my heart how positive and supportive you all are. So I just want to say before we get into this manicure, thank you so much. But let's throw it back. So as always, we're going to start it off with a base coat, and today I decided to use the Holo Peely base, but these unicorn skins and this glitter topper that we're using today should all remove really easily with acetone or nail polish remover, so if you decide to recreate this one, you can definitely feel free to use your base coat of choice. And if you do decide to use Holo Peely base, or if you just want to know a little bit about it, something that I find really useful with this base coat is I do pretty thin coats. Like, I make sure almost all of the excess polish is off of my brush before I start doing that coat, because it really helps these peely bases dry a lot faster, and I find if you do it too thick, you almost don't get as good of a peel later on. So if you've never used a peely base and you don't really know what I'm talking about, pretty much this base coat allows you to take your manicure off really easily without a liquid remover. It kind of just the nails pop off in these little sheets of nail polish. I don't know how to describe it. I'll have to show them in a video someday. But now we'll grab our color that we're using for our base of these toppers. So for this video, for this manicure, I chose Electrostatic from Holo, and like I mentioned towards the beginning of the video, I am using a polish that's pretty new, pretty recent, and for a throwback series, you're probably like, okay, that's like the opposite of the point of this, but I just really love this polish and I decided to choose some older toppers to put over it, so we'll deep dive a little bit into those when we get to them. But a little bit about this really beautiful black linear holographic nail polish. It's a super stunning shade, and the formula, if you've used any of their linear holos before, you know this formula. It's a great formula. It has really great coverage. It's super easy to work with. You can see here as I'm putting it on, practically a one coater, which we know Holo does make a one coat black, but for this to be like a semi jelly base just to allow some of that holo to come through, the opacity in one coat is just honestly mind-blowing and not surprising from them at this point. I think that Christine puts so much thought and energy and work into formulating their polishes that it only makes sense that they came out with something this spectacular and amazing. And honestly, with this polish being this good, I cannot wait to see what's coming at the end of this month that they've teased. There's going to be another release, and they've also teased some more black polishes coming out, in different formulas and glitter and stuff. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. I just think that honestly, they could do anything and it would probably look amazing and everyone would buy it because they're just a really good brand. Christine's super relatable and nice and funny, and I love supporting them, so that's why I will buy every Holo release. But the more I've used the creams from the last video, if you didn't see that, I will link it above because that was a really fun swatch and review. But the more that I have used those creams, and included in those is that wider brush, I'm really waiting for the day now where Holo decides to start putting that brush in every polish. And I'm sure that there's in terms of not manufacturing, but application and stuff, I feel where the linears and then glitters are a different formula and different consistency, they might need to tweak that brush, and so that's why they haven't brought it to these formulas yet and just kept it with the creams. But I don't know, after using it, like a lot in a row and then switching over to this thin one, I'm like, okay, come on. We need the thick brush. I can't believe like the complete 180 that I did with thin and thick brushes, but here we are, and I love a nice wide brush now. But moving on to the first of 2 toppers that we're gonna put on this manicure today, we have Sonic Unicorn Skin. So this is the unicorn skin that over a darker color is going to look really blue, as you can see right as I start putting it on. This one just like lights up, and I'd say out of all of the unicorn skins, this one might have the least amount of a kind of like duochrome shift. Like a lot of the other ones will shift between at least 2 colors, if not more, but this one like really just stays blue and like bright and bold and metallic blue, and I'm not complaining that it just stays blue because it's so pretty. Like, look at it. These are just one coat too, so this formula is absolutely amazing. Just how many pieces of the unicorn skin you get with just like one application. You're not sitting there doing a bunch of coats just to like fill in the nail and feel like you even put a topper on, you know? And I feel like I do the same thing with unicorn skins that I do with multi-chromes, where it's like I forget how cool they are until I put them on, and then I'm like, oh damn, like that is super cool. But the second topper we're gonna use today was actually last year's anniversary polish. So we actually just the other day came up on the 2-year anniversary for Holo Taco, and that's actually what the release later this month will be themed around. But this was their blue flaky Holo Taco, which I thought looked perfect with this blue unicorn skin. And these toppers, when they came out, were super unique to me. I had never seen nothing like them. They're like, it's almost like hex glitters that got chopped up. So it's like these irregular little like crescent moon shapes and just like little like pointy little shards. I don't know, they're really cool and I love them. So let me know if you guys got these when they came out, because they were pretty limited. I mean, they ended up, some of the colors were in stock for like months last year, I think, but in general, they were limited, like they were made once and then they were never restocked. So let me know down below, did you pick them up? And if someone were to do a giveaway someday where they had extras and gave them away, would you be interested in that? Because that could definitely be something in our future. But finally, after 5 coats of nail polish at this point, we're gonna finish it off with a top coat, and I did choose my super glossy taco from Holo Taco, and I think I mentioned it a few weeks ago at this point, but this is again that bottle that I've been putting just a few drops of thinner in like every time I use it, and then I just gently will roll it around, and it has stayed so like easy to use and not gloopy, and you can just like work it around and it doesn't get thick and it doesn't get like weird little patchiness or like leave like those bumps that sometimes a top coat will do. So I've really been liking that tip. I forget where I read it or who told it to me, so if it was one of you guys, thank you so much, because you're really putting the life back into this bottle of top coat. I feel like I've never consistently used a bottle like this and it had it stay so nice. Like I open it up and it feels like it's the first time opening it every single time, so I think that that's really cool. Like, I don't know, usually they get thick, stringy sometimes, but this one's just been like trucking along, doing its thing and doing it good. But as we finish up with this top coat, I'm just like lost in this nail. I think that these like toppers together over the hollow background too just came out so cool, but we'll talk about that in a minute. First, we gotta oil up our cuticles, so I'm actually using my husband's before I refill mine on camera. So we're using our little lavender one with the purple stones in it, and as always, we're just gonna take that little ball, roll it on our cuticles, get them nice and oiled up, and then I always like to come in and just with my other hand, or even with my thumb on the same hand, I'll just like rub that oil in and make sure I get it into all the little nooks and crannies, because I want a hydrated finger. I don't want, like, you know, no one wants dry little crusties, so we gotta keep these cuticles oiled. Now we have our really cool finished manicure that this is just indoor lighting, so you can kind of see some of that holographic like lighting up and changing color, and then you can see the really beautiful unicorn skin underneath that holo topper. So it just creates like this crazy like really deep depth. In my opinion, I feel like these nails just, they look like you could like step inside of them into a whole other world. I think that they turned out so beautiful, and honestly I'm obsessed. Like I did these as the thumb for my like name reveal manicure I did the other day, and the second that I finished it I was like, I need to do a whole video on these because they just look so cool. So, what did you think of these toppers over this really cool base color? Did you like it? Is there anything you would have done differently? Let me know down below in a comment. Again, if you enjoyed this video, make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below. And for everyone that has already, just another thank you. I appreciate every single one of you. But that's going to be it for today. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Oh my god. Can you be naked on YouTube?